Big Sunday coming up for soccer fans as we have the Euro 2024 final between England and Spain, as well as the Copa America final that features Colombia and Argentina. So let's talk about both matches. We're going to do it with a soccer enthusiast. He's also a producer for the Infinity Sports Network and WFAN. His name is Alex Azarm, and he joins me now. Alex, what's going on, man?
Hey, Dexter. Thanks for having me. Really excited for Sunday. And not only that, Wimbledon final right before the two games as well. So it's going to be a packed day.
Yeah, packed day for sure. Definitely excited for all those events. And you're somebody I talk a lot of soccer with all the time, even though you root for Arsenal. Won't hold that against you here, but we will talk about this. So, Alex, let's start with the Euro final. England, for most of this tournament, they've not been in top form, but they played by far their best match of the competition in the semifinals against the Dutch. They've pulled out some results late in the Euros. So can the Three Lions take their game to another level against Spain?
I mean, they absolutely have to. Spain have been the best team in the tournament by far. They've gone up against great opposition, and they've been very convincing in all their performances. Whereas England, they've snuck past a few teams. I mean, Slovakia, they needed to get past them after Jude Bellingham bicycle kick. And then against the Dutch, they needed Ollie Watkins to come in as a sub. And as well as the quarterfinals, they went through penalties. And you know, this is a team that has been pretty resilient when it comes to the end of games. You know, as well as Bukayo Saka. You know, he scored a late equalizer against Switzerland, and England have to be better. You know, that three at the back is working well, and you have to give a lot of credit to Gareth Southgate. He's gotten a lot of criticism, especially during the group stages. But I think that with his substitutions, you know, Ivan Toney has done well coming off the bench, and then the two players who linked up for the goal against the Netherlands, Ollie Watkins and Cole Palmer. So I think if he continues with those substitutions, I think England have a good chance. And playing that three at the back, you know, they have immense talent. So anything's on the table for them.
Anything's on the table for them. I do agree with you. They've got to look better than they have. You think they might go to the well one time too many with the late game heroics, so we'll see what happens against Spain. Now, Spain, talking about them, they've looked like the best team in this tournament, winning all 6 of their matches, including wins over host Germany and pre-tournament favorites France. They're playing an English squad that has reached back-to-back Euro finals, but in your eyes, are the Spanish the favorites in this final?
They're absolutely the favorites for this final. They have the absolute young star for Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, just 16 years old. I think his birthday is actually tomorrow, so he'll be 17 for the final. And he has just been absolutely lights out, along with his partner on the other wing, Nico Williams. They have a very solid midfield, a good defense. They know how to play from the back, and they know how to come back from behind. You know, in the round of 16, they were down 1-0 against Georgia, and then they absolutely slaughtered them in the second half, winning 4-1. And then against Germany with a late goal to win in extra time, 119th minute, and as well in the semifinal, they just absolutely dominated France. I know it was only 2-1, but that scoreline, I think it flattered France, who were the pre-tournament favorites, like you mentioned. And as well as even in the group stage, you know, Italy, I mean, it was 1-0 again, but as long as they have their finishing boots against England, there's no doubt in my mind that Spain should be the favorites with that front three, the midfield of Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and Dani Olmo. And then you have a couple players coming back with suspension, Dani Carvajal and Lenormand. They were out for the semifinal, but now they're back from suspension. I think there'll be 2 big boosts in the defense of Spain. So I definitely think they're favorites going into the final.
All right, so you got Spain as favorites going into the final over England. We'll come back to that. Let's go over to Copa America, which has been full of drama over the past month. Colombia comes into this game playing as well as anybody. They've not been defeated in their last 28 matches. So what does Colombia need to do in order to increase the streak to 29 games and hoist the trophy?
They just need to play their own game. You know, they shouldn't have to play for Argentina. I know Argentina are probably the best team in the world right now, you know, with Lionel Messi and how they've done in last Copa America and the World Cup in Qatar. But Colombia are probably the most informed team, not just in South America, but probably in the entire world. I mean, you have a really solid core of Premier League players such as Luis Diaz, Munoz, and Jefferson Lerma from Crystal Palace. Davinson Sanchez used to play for Tottenham. And you have Richard Rios, who has been a real X factor in the midfield for Colombia. And obviously their captain, James Rodriguez, I mean, he's taking it back to 2014 World Cup. He's just dipped his feet in the fountain of youth. He's just been absolutely incredible. If Colombia do win, he's for sure my pick for player of the tournament. And they just do not seem to slow down. I think they have a really good shot against Argentina in the final.
All right, so like Colombia with a good shot against Argentina in the final, like I said, they are streaking right now, haven't lost a match in their last 28 matches. Now, over to Argentina, the reigning World Cup champions. They haven't really been challenged, Alex, in this tournament. And Lionel Messi, he hasn't been his best. He just had his first goal of the tourney in the semifinal win over Canada. Does Messi need to play better in order for Argentina to be Copa champs once again?
I think he needs to get his name on the score sheet for sure. He only just got his first goal against Canada, like you mentioned. But he just has that aura. You know, when Messi just touches the ball, the whole crowd in the stadium stand up and feel like something amazing is going to happen. But you just have an amazing group of players that want to win for Messi. You know, this could potentially be his last Copa America. But you have a solid defense, Lisandro Martinez, Christian Romero, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Emi Martinez, who is just a menace when it comes to penalties. He's the best, probably the best penalty saver I've seen in the last few years. And then you just have a really solid midfield as well, similar to Spain, but at the same time, in terms of form, they're actually kind of like England. You know, you mentioned England, they didn't have a great form in the group stage. And same thing with Argentina. They really haven't been that convincing. I think their best performance did come in the semifinal against Canada. So I think that's some momentum to go into. But yes, Messi, I think, is obviously the X factor. But you also have guys like Julian Alvarez and Angel Di Maria who can definitely get on the score sheet as well.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. All right, Alex, we talked about each of these teams in these finals. Give me your predictions for the Euro final and for the Copa America final. Which teams win each of these matches and why?
Well, both of these games are going to be absolutely joys to watch. I think they're going to be very close, both of them. I wouldn't be surprised if both goes to penalties, but for the Euros, I'm going to go Spain. I think they will win 2-1. I think Lamine Yamal is going to get either a goal or an assist. He's going to be absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched him, absolutely keep your eye on him, number 19. He is just absolutely electric. And then when it comes to the Colombia-Argentina match, I actually think Argentina will win on penalties, and I think Dibu Martinez is going to come out with a couple of saves again. And this time, I don't think Messi will miss two in a row in the penalty shootout. So I'm going to go with Spain 2-1 against England in Berlin, and then I'm going to go with Argentina, Colombia. I'm going to go 1-1, and then obviously in the Copa America, it doesn't go straight to extra time. It goes straight to penalties. So I'm going to go with Argentina in penalties, and they will go back-to-back in the Copa America.
All right, Spain and Argentina are your picks for the Euro and Copa America, respectively. We'll see how it all plays out. It's going to be a fantastic Sunday. Alex, I know you'll be watching. I will be watching. Fun Sunday for soccer fans. Everyone, that is Alex Azarm. Check out his work producing for the Infinity Sports Network and WFAN. Great soccer enthusiast, great voice, despite rooting for Arsenal. Still like you, Alex. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
I like you too, Dexter, and thanks for having me so much.
Anytime, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it.